Hey, it's Ed with Slow Car Fix, and today I'm going to be working on, I think, a little bit of everything. Stick with me and let's figure it out. Alright, so my last video, I picked up a new toy for myself. Today, I'm not going to cover it too much, but my wife ordered a car, I don't know, a long time ago, and it's finally in. So she ordered a 2023 Kia EV6 electric car. We both have long commutes, so that's why we drive electric cars back and forth to work. There's lots of opinions on that. I like my gas cars. I enjoy them a lot, but no fuel, no maintenance. When you're commuting an hour to an hour and a half each way, it definitely works for our situation. Anyway, one of the things I got to do today is over there at a box is the Grizzly charger for this EV6, and I got the one that just plugs into this. I think it's a 650R welding plug, so that shouldn't be a big deal. And then we're gonna go in for breakfast and pick up her car. I have to, in Ontario, we need front license plates, so I got to put a front license plate mount that I got from somewhere. I'll show you guys for the Porsche. Tomorrow we're going on a poker run, charity poker run, and I think we're gonna take the 57 truck. So I have a few things I got to do to it, mostly cleaning and a couple odds and ends. I also want to pull the driver's door off the 55 and put it over here on these little things here, because I've got it fitting the way I want, and I'd like to start on the repair on that door, and I'll do a whole nother video on that. The other thing I need to do is the ramp side. We're going to, our Corvair club's having its 50th anniversary, so I have to do a few things to this. The headlights, I think some of them are out, all of them are out, I don't know. I have some LED taillight bulbs, because these things here, they just have an 1157 bulb. And this part here is like kind of a reflector. They're really hard to see when you're going down the road. So I've got some 1157 LED versions that I want to put in. So I got to do that. Only takes a minute. As I mentioned, I got to do a front license plate bracket for this thing. It's kind of a neat thing that I bought, I think. But first things first, I need to get charged. I need to get this what is this thing? Grizzly plugged on the wall and run the cord out under the door for now. The Tesla doesn't require this. The Tesla takes, there's the dog. Hello, dog. The Tesla just takes a NEMA 1450 50 amp plug, outdoor plug like an RV plug, and it just goes to the cord. Doesn't need a charger. All right, what do we got here? So this is my license plate bracket thing that's for the other car. And this is the Grizzly charger. Now it's supposed to just plug in to the welding plug. But I put one by the door because in case I need to weld something in the driveway, like my car trailer or something. But it's going to work right now for this, because to plug it in, to wire it into the house is a lot bigger deal. So it's easier just to do it here. I am an electrician. I am a licensed electrician, and I did wire the shop. But I haven't wired anything in the house for an EV because it was wired when we bought it. It says top. This just looks like it plugs in. Oh, this is going to be a good one. I like this. And then we have our, what is this thing? This is something. All right. So this bracket here looks like it just hangs on the wall. I can see it says top, and then it looks like the charger just screws on, to somewhere. I'll figure that out. Maybe it goes, it goes like this. So this screws to the wall. These 4 screws screw to the charger. Charger plugs in, and then it has a little hangy jig to hang your cables outside. This is gonna work well because it'll probably fit right between the ribs and that wall. I wonder if there's a stud there. Be a stud beside that plug. This is even better. This actually comes in 2 parts. So this is the part that mounts to the charger box, and this is the part that mounts to the wall. And it looks like it just slides on, clips together. Gravity's in effect, and it just hangs there. So that's pretty handy. So it's just 2 bolts, 2 lag bolts to bolt this to the wall, and 4 screws. I think they're like machine screws to screw this to the charger box. Okay, so that's installed. I may move this and put it on the house later. I don't really like how much it's holding up the garage door. At a minimum, I'd have to add an extra seal for wintertime. The cable is, like, this is a drive over rated cable. You can drive over it just like the Tesla one. This one's actually heavier than the Tesla one. This is Canadian made, so it's made for winter. It can be outside, but I don't really want to mount this outside. But the idea with these is that you have the plug outside like I do for the Tesla, and then you mount this on the wall, or you have the car in the garage, which I'm not going to do. I have to lower my lock. You can see I've had it lower before, but I have to lower that and put that on, and then I'll be good. But I don't really like this. That's not going to help me heat in the winter. So either I have to move this to the house before winter, which was kind of my plan anyways, or I at very minimum need another seal under the door. But for right now, we'll call this portion a success. I'm going to go have breakfast. Hopefully we'll call that a success. And then we'll get my wife's car. She's really excited. So far, I'm super impressed with this thing. It's way nicer inside than my Tesla is. The range is about the same. It's, I don't know, 450 kilometers or something like that, whatever that is in miles. It's got a lot of similar options. It's really nice, really nice. I guess this is the GT Line 2, so it's, oh, she left her phone in here. It's got heads-up display. It's got a bunch of screens. It's got, this is like suede and Alcantara or something, or whatever, alpaca, some sort of something. It's got sunroof. Nice, funny little console thing. It's quite a nice vehicle. I'm impressed with like the carpet quality. And like you think Kia's not the same as it was. I remember looking at like a Sportage or Sportage or whatever they're called in like 2006 or 7. Wasn't a great thing. It was very budget. This is not budget. This is high end for, well, I think it's high end anyways. It's a comparable price to what my Tesla was, so it should be good. It's got a better warranty. The only thing is the supercharging. If you're doing road trips, I guess it's not as convenient as the Tesla one, at least right now, but that'll get better. But we don't ever use it. I don't ever use it on the Tesla because you're just using it to go home and to work, and work into home and all that stuff. So we just charge at home, and it's more than enough to get to work and back. Okay, so it's pretty impressive. I like it. She's really, really happy with it, so that's great. That's the main thing. She works really hard. She deserves something like this. And with the amount of time that we spend in cars every day, it's important to have something comfortable, and that's a good place to be. It's not exactly as planned. I didn't get as much done yesterday. Today's a new day. I had some company over, had some things I had to do. So, as usual, my goals were ambitious, and some I got done and some I didn't. So I'll have to get them done today. But today we're going on that poker run I was talking about. Truck's cleaned. Had some help with that. Looking forward to getting out with it today and getting the dog out and my wife, and we're gonna go on this charity poker run that I haven't been on since I don't know, quite some time. I think the last time I went on was when I used to have a Harley, and I had Harleys for a long time. So I'll take you guys with me if I see anything interesting. I think a guy that I know will be there with his Alpha, and maybe there'll be some other cool cars. Definitely gonna be some bikes. I'll get a few shots. Kia charged up last night. Charged to 100%. Got 488 kilometers to the charge, so that's pretty good. So that's all working. Very nice car. Still have to do some work on the license plate bracket on this car and the lights on that, and take the door off the 55. We'll get you into that later on. So, fail again. That's why I'm slow car. It takes a while. I always get it done, but it takes a while. So it's another new day. We did a 350 kilometer, I think it was, poker run yesterday in the 57. It's my wife and dog. I actually won 3 jacks. So that's good. $100 prize, nice steak dinner, good for a good cause, went to charity. Mostly motorcycles, only myself and that weird Alpha thing, which is kind of neat. It's a good day. So now I have a couple things I still have to do that I said I was going to do. Now I'm going to do them. I got to do some work on the Rampy, just a couple little things. Okay, next weekend or the weekend after, or some sort of weekend, sometime, there's a Corvair Club event for our Corvair Club. It's our 50th anniversary, and it's a little bit of driving. It's a few hours each way. I've had that Rampy all over the States and all over the place, so not worried about that. But I do have a problem with my lights. Some of the headlights don't work. The taillights are not very bright. Switching to LED bulbs. I'll show you what they're all about, and we'll see what the difference is. So these are a little different than the ones that I used in my wagon and that are in the 64. Those ones, these are just 1157 bulbs that have been retrofitted. I got these at the local swap meet. I want to try them. Kyle got some off Amazon, and he said they're really good. The same thing, just 1157 bulbs. These ones here were done by the late Ben Carey, and let me just turn them on. And they're an LED array, so you can see it's a bunch of different, like it's a whole big thing that goes in here like a plate, and then the bulb part just screws into the 1157. But he didn't have one made up. He doesn't do them anymore. I think his son does them, but well, he doesn't do them anymore because he's unfortunately no longer with us. But I think his son does them. They're really good quality. Look up Ben Carey on Facebook and you'll find his son. I think his son's name's Michael. I'm not really sure. Anyways, back to this. I'm going to try these ones because he never had any that were that weird rampy shape. It would be better if they had triangular ones, because then you would cover the whole thing and not just the section where the whole thing, not just where the section where the light is. But I'll turn these on. I'll set you guys up so you can look, and we'll see what the difference is. These are a nice, easy upgrade that anyone can do. It's just a Phillips screwdriver. You can do it on whatever classic car. If these things work out, the majority of classic cars take 1156, 1157 bulbs, depending on if it's a flasher, combined with the brake light, combined with running the light. You just find out what bulb you are, and I'm sure somebody will make them. And they can even be found on the Jungle on Amazon, from what I'm told. So, let's see here. Okay, we'll try a little comparison. Okay, both bulbs are now changed. Let's see how this looks. Comparison. Okay, I noticed a big difference. I'm not sure if it's picking it up on film. I think it'll definitely pick it up when it's a little gloomy out or it's dark at night. I think it'll make a big difference. Also, in the bright sun, you know, it's hard for people to see these things. I know there's a guy in our club who did a nice upgrade, and he added a third brake light to his ramp side. That was kind of neat, but not into doing that on this one. I think this is a good addition. It's a good addition for any classic car and anything that takes an 1157. So now I'm going to back the truck up, and I'm going to see I'm going to see what's going on with the headlights, because I got a lot of cars. I just remember that the last time that I had this thing out at night, I had one headlight or two headlights or half a headlight or some sort of amount of headlights. So let's back this thing up, have a look, and see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Headlights are on. What do I got? Oh, I got one eyeball. Okay, so we know this one's, at least the bulb is no good, or maybe it has no power. We can pull that apart and find out. Let's see what the high beams do. Old cars. High beams are on the floor. This one's buried under the carpet. Click. What do we got here? Oh, we got a twofer on that side. That leads me to believe that I could maybe possibly not have power on this side. Or bad ground. Interesting. Interesting. Well, do I have signal lights? Since we're checking things, okay. No, I don't. Fail. So for some reason, since I added the LEDs, my turn signals aren't flashing. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to look a little further. I know sometimes you have to add a resistor, but Kyle used these exact same bulbs from the same place on his Corvair and no issues. So I'm gonna pull these bulbs out now and check to see if I've got power, check to see my ground, all those good things, just with a test light. Maybe clean the bugs. Clean these bugs out of here too. Uh-oh. Well, that escalated quickly. My full eyeball came out. So I don't have power at this plug, but I have power at the other end. So it's a problem with this connection. So what I'm going to do, show you, I'd pull my dash out. So that plug is down in here somewhere. It's this one, this round one. And when I turn that on and use my Harbor Freight test light, one side or the other should have power. There you go. So that has power for my low beam. And then if I push down here and hit that, it should have power on the other side. And it does. So I'm going to put some contact cleaner on that and push that back into where it goes and plug it all back in, and hopefully I have power on the other side. Success. So I've cleaned the contacts on the connection between the truck and this harness, and somewhere, not there, not there, there, I have power. It's my low beam, and one of these should have power for the high beam. Power for the high beam. So now if I assemble all this and make sure the ground is good, one would think maybe I'd have some lights. Okay, so I have the headlight bucket in. Now, before I go ahead and put the rest of the assembly together and decide that it's not working, just do another quick check. And I still have power. So now I can go ahead and assemble the rest of this headlight assembly. Before I get too carried away, just check and see that the bulbs are good. That one's good. That one's good. Bulbs are good. Okay, I found my flasher problem. So when you're changing these bulbs and putting in 1157 LED bulbs, you also need to do the flasher unit. You need to put in an LED compatible flasher unit. I don't know why, but you do. So I took the one out of my truck because my truck has LED taillights. So I just swapped it in. It goes right here, plugged into the fuse panel. This is the one that was in this truck. But now, turn the ignition on. Look, it's flashing. Flashing. Hello. Dawn says hello. So it's flashing. It's flashing. Okay, so I need to put that flasher unit back in my truck and get one to replace this. It's a two-prong deal. So this is the difference, and this is a fancy one. It says you must fuse it, 20 amp max, whatever. So I need to look for one that just says LED fuses, or sorry, LED lights. Plug this one back in here for now. So right now I don't have turn signals on this, but that's okay. I'm not using it today. So I will have to pick one of these up locally. And right now I'll put this one back in my truck. Okay, so that part that I wanted to get done today is done. The ramp side works as well as it's going to work for headlights. All the lights are working. I just need to pick up a flasher unit, which I'll get this week, no problem. Okay, now the other thing I want to do today is, well, I wanted to do it 3 days ago, but I'm going to do it today. So I want to take this door off. I've got a little patch to do here. I have it fitting kind of as well as I would like. It still needs some tweaking, but it's close. So I need to take it off because I have a lot of little patches to do on the inside of the door. And I have to weld up all the trim holes, and there's some like rust in here. So I need to play with that some more, and then when it's off, then I can dress in this door jamb and do all that kind of stuff. So it's always something. So I'm going to lower the car down, and I'm going to pull this door off and just set it on the dolly or on the stand, and that will be it for my 55 work for today. So you can see I also have to weld up all these little trim holes for the Bel Air trim, and I have some work to do in here and behind, which I could do with the door open, but I'll do it with the door off. I also want to clean up in here and clean this up. I'm gonna take the glass out of this at some time. This glass is shot, but I gotta take it out. So what I'm gonna do is clear a path right now, and I'm gonna set it over on that stand. Okay, this is what I have to look forward to. This is all pretty much Swiss cheese. You can see it's not really even attached at the bottom here. This is my good door. This is the only door I have for the driver's side, so I gotta make it work. I'm not looking forward to it. This is gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work. I already reshaped the bottom to match the contour of the car. I'll figure it out. It's just going to be, won't be too bad. I'll just have to make this whole step pretty much all the way along. And then some flat spots here, here. I'll have to tap on that and see, because I'll probably go through a bunch when I start hitting it. And then fix that. Yeah, the door needs a lot of work. So just going to secure it here and make sure it doesn't fall over. And that's enough of that for today. That's almost all my projects done. So the last project I wanted to do today, or 3 days ago, was in our province, it's illegal to drive without a front plate. The province that I picked the Porsche up from, it does not require such things. So I have a removable front plate mount. It's universal from a Mustang place. I'm going to try and install it and see how that goes, but I need to wash the car first because it's grubby, covered in bugs and dirt and everything else. And before I go and mount a license plate on it, I might as well clean it all up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll bring it back when it's when that's done and I'm looking at sticking this license plate thing on. Okay, it's shiny now. So, man, I hate to put a license plate cover on the front of this, or a license plate holder. But fortunately, I'm not drilling into the bumper. That was the big thing. So what I've got is this kit. It's from, I don't know where it's from, some Mustang place. I'll put the link in the description of the video, because I think it's a cool product. It looks like you 3M sticky tape, which I know that stuff works really, really well. This bracket onto the bottom, and then it's just a knurled nut and you can remove the whole thing if you want. So that way I can put this thing underneath here and you won't see it. As long as it fits. I'll have to look and see. And then I should be able to remove this plate. So this is a nice stainless piece, all bent, polished, which looks pretty good. This looks like maybe 3D printed plastic or machined. Oh, it's a nice knurled piece. And it just sticks on with this 3M sticky tape. The only thing is I see that I've got two little lips right here. So what I'll have to do is mark that on this this piece and cut the tape out so it sits in flush for the rest. Then the nice thing is this just goes on like so, and I don't have to drill into the car, because why would I want to do that? And maybe the odd time, you know, I'll be able to take it off, and especially for washing and stuff like that, and get behind it, or if I think no one's looking. I'm missing this part where it says, depending on the outside temperature, let the base plate bond for 48 to 72 hours prior to mounting your license plate bracket. Maybe I'll take this off. So I'm going to try that. Allegedly, from the manufacturer of this, the guy says he put it through like thousands and thousands of car washes. He sold 1 million of them and never had one come off. I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to mount this bracket because it says not to. I'm not going to mount this bracket right now. I'm going to drive it for a few days with the front plate with me. And I'll give her a wiggle in a few days and see how it works. All right, thanks for watching. This video is all over the place, but sometimes that's the way it is. When I started this channel a couple hundred videos ago, I decided that I didn't really have a goal. I was just going to take you guys with me on whatever it is I'm doing, and maybe you'd find it interesting and maybe you wouldn't. And sometimes I'm hardcore welding on stuff and working on stuff and, you know, covering grease or whatever else. Sometimes I'm not. So this is one of those times where I'm just getting a few little odds and ends done, enjoying the cars. It's nice weather. Tis the season, and hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'll be welding on the door on that 55, that mess of a door.